Fellow Kenyans, I want to inform you that the Ministry of Health has confirmed the first coronavirus case in Kenya.
The economic impact of COVID-19 on women in micro, small and medium enterprises, which accounts for 40% of the global revenue, is devastating.
Vile serikali iliweka curfew, ndivyo mambo yalibadilika, kwa sababu wakiweka curfew hakuna kuenda kupeleka hii mishiri because inaenda wakati wa jioni.
Nilikuwa naitwa Aisha Bairu, ni vune mishiri na kupalilia. Tangu sasa corona ikuja, wakasema watu wasikaribiane, wavae mask. Sikuweza kununua mask, nikaona nikae nyumbani ili nijikige na hiyo ugonjwa. Na pia imenidhuru sana kwa sababu nimeshida kukiga familia yangu na mahitaji ya nyumbani, nimeshindwa sasa.
With the suspension of international flights, enterprises involved in the export markets are reported to have experienced huge logistical challenges. With fewer flights available and an increase in the cost of freight, many businesses were forced to operate below 30% of their capacity and losing up to 50% of their projected income. This led to a mass staff layoffs and a complete change of business strategy.
COVID came as a surprise to most of us. We were at the peak of our production and in fact waiting to sell our Valentine and Easter product. But of course COVID disrupted everything. We could not export, neither could we remove the produce which was in the field. So we had to have a drastic loss trying to destroy whatever crop was in the field and just wait for a better day. But the better day never came. So we had to lay off the workers to tell them to go because unless you are selling, you can't pay the workers.
With no international markets to sell her flowers, Elizabeth turned to the local market and started growing vegetables, hoping to generate some little money to keep her business going. But she was shocked to find out that the local market had already been invaded.
When COVID came, everybody, even those people who were kicked out of work, they thought they would go and do agriculture. They would go and start selling bogas on the street, selling vegetables, everything on the street. So the market was so congested. So even what you had in the farm could not get a market. It ended up being a very frustrating issue.
It is for this reason that the Association of Media Women in Kenya, AMWIC, together with her partners, launched a survey in April 2020 to document the impact of the pandemic on women in micro, small and medium enterprises and make policy recommendations to different actors on the way forward.
In March, when we had the situation of the COVID-19 and looking at the protocols and the recommendations that emerged that people should work from home, that they should be social distancing and everything that came about with the COVID-19, we reflected and as partners came together to do an urgent response with regard to women's economic empowerment. We have been documenting these experiences, gathering evidence, and we've now gathered quite some bit of evidence. And therefore we are saying that going forward, we want to present this evidence and this information and deliberate and make policy recommendations or recommendations to different actors that on the way forward in terms of rebuilding the businesses as well as building resilience for these businesses in case of a future shock that emerges that affects their business.
COVID gives us an opportunity now to strengthen, to re-strategize, to re-engage the stakeholders and the stakeholders here at government, because you see governments are responsible for making policies. They are responsible for coming up with laws. What we want to see is that women voices are included in these policies, because it's only through policies then that we can able to change or address the challenges that women are facing.